Hey everyone, Jastifer here with an update on the status of my Minecraft server. Some of you already know it took a dive and it wasn't as bad as I thought. Well, looking at this thing, I first thought it was my power supply. That wasn't it. Maybe the motherboard. Well, it just so happens it's this power switch right here at the top that's defective. Now, I don't know who Dell sources their parts out to, but that is so cheap. It takes one of these little tactical switches. These are prone to failure. Whoops, we don't want that falling in there. So I'm going to see if I can retrofit with one of these type of snap action switches. This one's obviously got two tiny holes to attach rivets or something. Here's a larger one. I may end up going with this lever switch, because the button's offset. I got to get it at this height of the button right here. So I need to fit this down in here and hope that there's enough clearance, which there's not. Figures. I need to have enough clearance for the wiring. What I may have to do is, boy, this thing's so cheap. Well, maybe not. There's actually a big hole at the bottom. Maybe I can fit that switch down in there. Maybe I can. The thing that's screwing me up is this stupid LED. And it just runs the power light. I mean, I might have to remove that or something. It's just some eye candy that we don't care about. And I'd have to find two little screws or something to fit in this switch and set this in here. Wow, Dale, you source out the cheapest stuff. This was an old office computer, by the way. Or I can just bypass the switch and put a switch on the back. I'll think about it. I'd like to get it working the way it's supposed to. Yeah, this is I'm going to have to find something that's the right height. That means that this would have to be right about there. Might be able to mount it, you know, this has to be in the center, so it would be right here. Unfortunately, it's going to hit this. So I'm going to have to take some tin snips or something and snip that away just to accommodate this. I could put this in there and basically take this goofy switch out, knock all this stuff out, and then stick this in the middle and just space it out with some wood or plastic or something. Well, fiddlesticks. How do I, you know, this is why I don't buy Dell at all. There's not a whole lot I can do. But really, if I'm going to have to drill all that out, I might as well just mount this guy in there. These will work too. Where's the cover at to this? Oh, here it is. And see, the switch is supposed to be pressed with this right here, this stub. Why they put that kind of switch in there is beyond me. So this would make more sense to use this. So just find a way to bolt that in somehow. That would be a lot better. It'd be feather touch like this. You could stick this in there. And it sounds like the clicking of this one. So yeah, that's the update. It's not dead, it's just, it's an inconvenience. Okay, so I decided to go with a tactical switch to replace the existing one. I didn't want to have to completely modify it. And it does fit in nice inside this cheap plastic holder. Now the shaft on this is a bit taller. Probably be by a millimeter. So that's pretty much what I'm going to have to do. Honestly, I used to do a lot of these type of videos and I miss doing these. They're basically like a how-to walkthrough thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut back this shrink tubing off the switch and unsolder the old switch. Also on the side I did add more RAM to the Minecraft server so we can have more RAM on the game, because I am going to run multi-worlds and stuff. Alright, get that shrink tubing off. The reason why I'm peeling off the shrink tubing because I don't want to shorten up the leads of the wires any more than I have to. Okay. You can barely see anything that I'm doing, huh? Yep, all unscripted. Okay, let's make sure these are. Sorry, you're not supposed to use a big giant 140 watt soldering gun, but I'm going to do it anyways as long as I'm quick about it. Also, when you're doing this, make sure you're wearing your safety glasses. You don't want to have that molten solder hit your eyes. Okay, now it doesn't matter which way these go. So it's just a momentary single single throw switch. We don't care how it goes. Let's see. We'll sit it in this hole here. And I need to get a roll of solder. Just your typical 60-40 rosin core. And we are going to just apply this. I'm not going to put shrink tubing. There's really no need to do that on this. The goal is to get it working quick and dirty so I can power it back up again. So let me get fresh solder reflowed on the leads, and we will proceed with installing the switch. Okay, now how am I going to get this attached here? Because I really don't have no way to hold this down. You know, I'm a righty, not a lefty. So how do I do this? I tell you, I should never have to fix this stuff as new as it is, but you know, it's this cheap stuff today. I wish I could just set it down in there like that, and well, maybe I could. Makes it a pain, is this stupid plastic thing. Why didn't they mount this on a piece of PCB? I don't know why. For those of you who don't know, a PCB is a printed circuit board. Okay. Well, I don't like the way that turned out. Kind of just, I'm saying I'm tacking it on there, but that's literally and you got to be quick on these switches because it's all pure plastic. Alright, I'm not the best solderer in the world. I don't solder very well. But I do it just to get the job done. You know, I'm good at working on circuit boards, but when it's freehand stuff like this, that, you know, it's just cheapsy to begin with. You know, there's not a whole lot you could do. Well, this one's going to need to refloat a bit more. Okay. Well, oh, there we go. Yep, really a pain to fix this stuff. You know, I don't mind fixing vintage stuff, but man, this new stuff is just annoying. Okay, those are really good and strong. I'm just going to get it done quick and dirty, and hopefully this thing will turn on. Okay, now let's slip it back in the holder. It just slides back in place and you just suck it down in there. And it's like it's not going to cooperate. Or maybe do I need to resolder those wires and put them back on the inside? Yeah, maybe I'm going to have to do that. Well, apparently you can't solder the wires on the outside. Boy, Dale, this is why I do not buy your products. If I have to spend time to fix something that's 5 years old, yeah, I really don't want to fix stuff like this. If it's, you know, I fix things that are back from the 30s and 40s and 50s. You know, tube equipment is so easy to fix. It's not like this cheap China junk that you get today. Yeah. Oh, that just doesn't want to go on there. This is a pain. Be worth it though. We can get back to playing Minecraft again. I've been getting messages from my friends. When is it going to be back on? I'm like, when I get the thing repaired. It's not an easy job to get this stuff working again, especially when you're dealing with subpar quality. I mean, this is not the best quality of components that's in these new stuff today. Everything is all. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Dell outsources their, you know, they source out their stuff to some other company that makes this stuff, and you know, although the design might be good, the intentions of actually repairing it is just a pain. You know, like I said though, I'm trying to get it working quick and dirty. Because I don't want to spend too much time on this. This is an old machine anyways. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's not pretty, but it's on there really good. I don't see any gaps or anything. Alright, let's slide that back in there. I mean, this is just kind of cheapsy. There we go. Alright, let's see. We need to pull the wires back so I can get everything leveled. Okay, oh, that switch has to turn, obviously, because this one only has 2 plugs on one side. Alright, let's see. Now I could either just test it beforehand or what, but I'm going to put it all back together and just take a risk. That's what this is all about, is risking it, right? Oh, that feels good. That really feels good. Now let's see if I can power this thing up and see if it'll turn on. Now if this does work with the existing RAM, I might get more RAM and max this thing out at 16. Okay. Alrighty. Now, I really do need to get me a better tripod than this too. Now let's see, smoke test. Well, oh, I forgot one thing. Whoops. I forgot to plug it in to the circuit board. These Dells are kind of alright, let me go look in here real quick. I gotta crawl in on the side here. Alright. Well, I do see. Let's plug that right back into the header. Huh. Make sure I get the key to line up. And you're probably noticing I got my hand always on the chassis. That's to ensure we don't get any static discharge. You really can't see that in there very well. I haven't hooked up the drives or anything back up to it yet. Alright, I need to turn this thing. I'm actually against the wall here. This is why I just don't own a Dell. I hear some people that really talk highly of these machines, that they work really good. But they do break down a lot. I've got more Dells that need to be fixed than anything else. Alright. Not too fun when you have to constantly fix something all the time. Especially when the cord is only so long and you don't have an outlet close by. Alright. Everything's secured. There we go. Here we go. Smoke test for part 2. Well, let's make sure you can see the whole thing. Here we go. There we go. It's starting up. There's the problem child right there. That's Chinese junk. Well, now what I'm going to do is clean the machine down. Oh, pardon me. There we go. Oh, Jesus! A lot of dust just blew right out of this. So that will have to be cleaned. And I'll do a thing and show you guys how dirty this is. Oh yeah, look how dirty that is. You can just lick it, lick all that dust and right off that fan. Camera shows it worse than it actually is. So now I gotta hook this back up to the drive up there and clean the dust out of it. This thing does have built-in graphics. I may just use that and pop that card out of there. It's also got Wi-Fi. I don't use the Wi-Fi on it, so I'm going to pop those out of there because, like I said, I'm using this thing strictly for Minecraft as a Minecraft server, and I don't care about the quality. Or I could just leave this in here and remove the Wi-Fi. That's one of those Linksys 54G cards. It's not meant to work with Windows 7, let alone with this machine, but I'm managing to write my own drivers and got it to work. This is the fan for the processor. I think this is an i3 or an i5, I don't know. And here's the RAM. Like I said, I replaced 2 sticks with 4 gigabytes, so now this thing goes up to 10 gigs of RAM. That's more than enough that I need to run a Minecraft server. But if I'm going to run multiverse on here and have multiple worlds, I want to have more RAM to store the extra data. Yeah. Alright, so, oh, there's a dent there. And that's what you get for finding these, you know, second-hand dumpster pools. So, I got to clean this lint and stuff off here. I'm going to take a vacuum it out, wipe it down with a damp rag, and clean all the dust out of it. Haven't cleaned this machine. Ooh, look how good that looks. Yum, 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 yum. You slurp it right off. I see a little yellowing on here. That's because this is probably in a smoker's home. I do smell a faint odor of cigarette. So, probably enough cigarette on here to roll at least 2 or 3 cigs with this. Yeah, well, let me get on the next portion of this and see if we can get it back together. Well, it's back inside. I put it down here. Doesn't look like there'd be enough ventilation, but shall see. Well, let's see how easy it is to press the power switch. Oh yeah, really quick. Now there's the logo of failure. Oh yeah, if anybody wants to know, there's my gaming PC right there that I had put together. Obviously needs to be dusted. Okay. Starting Windows! Alright. So, let's see here. Ooh, this is a little whited out. I don't know if I have it on auto or manual. Let's see here. Come on, you stupid thing. Okay. Alright, let's check for... Oh, I don't even have a mouse hooked up. Wow, really? Well, hold on. You can look at that real quick. I still have the mouse hooked up to the other machine. What is that, some special USB port that doesn't fit in? Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, we have to wait for the device driver. I just used this mouse. But before the thing broke, I have to wait? Look at it, it's still installing the software. Okay. Now we can proceed to go into properties. Okay. We're going to cover some stuff up. Alright. So this is an i5 processor. Look at that. 12 gigabytes. Before it was only 6. This time I doubled it. I think the limit on this machine is 16. So I'll see if I can scrounge up some more of those 4 gigabyte sticks and throw them in here. And this is fast enough for a Minecraft server. So I'll show you guys here. Computer. Alright, I have 2 drives in here. And then we're going to go into MC server. Here's all the server files. And we're going to go into Spigot. That's the one I'm using right now. And then of course, you know, all the stuff's in here. And let's see if it'll start up just fine. I got to hide some sensitive information, but let's see here. But basically I have shortcuts on my desktop here. Start Forge, start Spigot. Okay. And basically it'll open up a terminal and tell me I have to wait, blah blah blah. And then it'll run through a bunch of stuff. So we have to wait. Still waiting. We have to wait 15 seconds and there's no way to enter through it. And the reason why I'm not showing some stuff because there is some identities that I don't want to leak out on here, because this is a custom setup that I don't want anybody copying. Alright, see? Done. For help, type in help. So this is done. We're ready to go. No errors, nothing. And it started up a lot faster than it did before. So first thing I did is I fixed the switch, and then I finally got this working. So now I got to do is hop on and play Minecraft. So yeah, the thing is about these, curbside finds on these, and this is why I tell people, if you want to build a Minecraft server, just get a junk computer. They don't even have to be the best. Just scrounge around for computer parts, and by the time you're done, you got yourself a computer. Yes, it's facing the wall, but I don't use the front side on this. I only use the back side because I can plug in drives and stuff back here. And I'm only using one monitor between two machines, so I can just unplug this. And then unplug the keyboard, unplug the mouse. That's all we need to run this thing. Because now I can run the rest of it through a terminal through my main machine. So I hope everybody enjoyed this little journey into my makeshift Minecraft server. I was going to use this to make a MAME machine, but it's got a little bit of power, so I think I'd rather not waste it for that. So if anybody wants to know, this is the possibilities you could use an old junk PC for running Minecraft, or a media server if you wanted to. Yeah. So I saved it. It's better than getting recycled into minerals sent back to China and make more China junk. So at least now it's safe. May get a few more years use out of it. Thanks for watching.